Hello. Grandma Sunshine is back at her sewing table. I'm so happy that I can do this now. Praise Yahusha. This will be the first time you see me without eyelashes and hair, both. So, we're going to get started and use that material that we used before. Remember what I like to call it, making my own pattern, my own cloth, you know, something to make, anyway, this is what we made. Now, I'm hoping to impress you. This kind of looks like a mess, but what we're going to do is we're going to trim the sides. We're going to trim this baby down, and you are going to see what we have been working to achieve. Okay? I like to line these, especially in my kind of condition. I have to make sure I'm doing this right. Where's my... And I'm just going to trim off. I don't have much to trim on this one. Difference it makes. It's hard when you've got just a little bit to trim. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Okay. Now we're not going to look at it. Don't look at it. Now we're going to trim this side off. Hold on. Oh, sorry about that. I forgot I was recording. Okay. Voila. See the difference it makes? Oh, sorry about that. See the difference it makes when you trim the edges? It's so funny because it really didn't look anything at all. But once you've got it trimmed and cut out now, you've got this. You can put it into a bag or add it to a quilt. Yep, make it play. The only thing I did, not on camera, is I ironed this on and I sewed, I stitched in the ditch. And I didn't show you that because I was just testing myself to see if I still could. But I did. Now, we're going to use this as a liner. So I cut it to match this, which it just happened to end up being 5 3/4 and by 13 inches. Now that's a pretty small pouch. In fact, that's the smallest I would ever want to make a zipper pouch. It's just not worth the trouble. If it's going to be smaller than that, just make it a gift bag with drawstrings, my opinion. But I had this material, and I probably would have liked it had I made it bigger. But it was the first time I demonstrated, or first time I did anything like that. So we were experimenting, weren't we? Okay, well, let's get started. 5 3/4, 5 3/4, and this, oh, wait until I tell you what this is. You know, if you measure your zipper, okay, so I had this big, long zipper, and I only needed a little bit of it. So I measured very carefully how much I needed, and then I cut it off. And then I saw the pull tab was on the other side of my cut. But I don't waste. I'm going to make this I remembered this, and when I saw what a tiny, see, I wouldn't waste a zipper because zippers cost like almost $3. I wouldn't waste a whole zipper, but this was when I ruined. It was lost, and now it is found for your good. Okay, also a little something different about it is because I cut off this, I'm still faced with this end, but that's okay. If I make this, if I cut this off right here, it'll just barely fit, and I'll just make it fit, okay? It'll be within the seam allowance. Okay, let's get started. Let me pull you in closer. Okay, the only thing I did before you showed up is I cut this piece out, and like I told you, I did that. Cut this piece out, and I've got my zipper. Now, we're going to take the zipper. I hope I'm going to stop and check and see if you're in view. Take the zipper. I have to remember. Yeah, we're going to put the zipper face down. Well, I can go ahead and pull this up. It's not going to come off, is it? Okay, I'm going to put this face down, right sides together, right along the tip of this. Echo, dining room on. Sorry about that. Now I know it's just a little bit shy of fitting because see, I have to stop it right there, but that's okay. When you cut this off, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Ooh, okay. When you cut this off, you have to start with these metal. Let me get you up close here. With these metal things, okay? So I'm cutting on this side because you don't want to break your needle. Boy, that could break your machine. There it goes, out of my life. All right, now I have a nice little neat zipper. I'm going to lay this face down. Let me see if you can see that. Oh, good. In fact, I might home in just a little bit more. See that? All right. I keep adding lights. I think I need one more light. If I had a light coming from that corner, this would be great. All right, so we're going to just put this right here. Because it doesn't fit, and it's okay if it doesn't fit. I'm going to center it as best I can. It won't matter because of the 1/4 inch seam. So I'm going to pin it up. I'm going to line it with the edge, which I took meticulous care to make sure that it was, I'm sorry, I can't hold it down right. Okay, here we go. I took meticulous care to make sure that these were perfectly squared off. That's another problem that I seem to run into for myself, is for finding out that it's not square. And as much care as you take, when you put two pieces together, even if you cut them together, you take them apart and you put it back, they're not going to look like the same shape. Ignore that. It'll all come out in the wash. Don't worry about it. Your sewing machine will make up the difference. I had to learn that for myself because I used to kick myself for not being more careful. But you can't be more careful necessarily because the material gives and takes, and the material maybe has a wrinkle. I didn't iron this wrinkle out because ironing this material, see, it stretches. If I iron this material, it might stretch it one way or the other, and it would shrink back and it would warp your, never mind. The only way to avoid that is to wash it before you start working with it. Now, I have had seamstresses say they don't use material until it's been washed. I don't know if it's sanitary reasons or if it's, like I said, because I guess if they're making clothes, you don't want it to shrink. What was I doing? Okay, then we take this and lay it right on top of here. And that pin's going to come out because it's going the wrong way. Okay, just line this up. I hope you all are seeing this. Okay, I'm pulling this pin out. Yeah, that's the zipper sticking up there because I don't have it closed all the way. I can't close it all. Close it all the way now. It'll come off the pull tab. Now, I know you can put them back, but still, who wants the hassle? I don't know if you remember previous instructions I've shown you about sewing on a zipper. I just poked myself with that. Because when you're sewing on the zipper, you have to make sure that you've got these 3 levels straight, lined up, okay? You've got your zipper, you've got your front, and you've got your liner, okay? Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to sew down this far, 1/4 of an inch, and when I get to this, see where it's real bumpy, I'll probably sew down to this pin before I get to the bump. I'll use that pin for my guide. Then I will lift this up, unzip it from underneath, unzip it as far as I can, and then finish sewing it. Now, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to stretch this liner over just a little bit. I don't think that I had it lined up perfectly, but here we go. This is a 1/4 inch, and I'm laying this down just on this side of I can feel the zipper right there, okay? So I'm laying this down just on this side of it. This is how I avoid using a zipper foot. It never works well with me when I use a zipper foot. Okay, I've got my stitches set to 3. Okay, here we go. And I'm just using a straight stitch. There's my pin. Some people, here's the thing. If you do use a zipper foot, then you can leave it in there and raise this up without too much interference, but I don't use my zipper foot. Okay. I'm just going real slow right now until I get this started and get these pins out of here. The zipper's not going to go anywhere now. And also, while I'm doing this, I'm feeling to make sure that I miss the zipper itself. So I should be sewing right along next to that zipper, but not on the zipper. And when we get so far down here, I've got to stop. Yeah, okay. I've got to stop and close the zipper the rest of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my thread, take it out, see how everything's going while I'm under here, and go ahead and get my zipper out of the way. See if I push it down like that, but not off the edge. Whoa, almost went off the edge. Okay, now with that hood, the head, the pull tab out of the way, I won't have any bulk. In fact, I've got a little bulk to take up right there because of the pull tab. All right, now I've got this. I'm back to where I was. I'm kind of overlapping just so there won't be a weak spot there. And here I go. I think I can safely take this out. And there we go. The next step we do is we want to take this over. I don't have to rip it out. It's going to be ironed under. Okay, let's take this over, and I'm going to iron it. It actually has to be ironed at this point. There's your zipper. Now you want to iron this. Don't go off. Iron this down this way. Then you'll flip it over and fold it over and iron it again. Okay, here we go. I thought that was a little bit bulky there. Don't put your iron too long on this nylon. It will melt if you're not careful. Okay? Now with this, you want your zipper facing down, and we're going to bring, can you see that? We're going to bring this side to meet, we're going to bring this to meet, the zipper is coming up here to meet this side. Now, since the zipper doesn't perfectly fit, don't go by the corner of the zipper. You want to go by the edge, the original edge of the material. Line up your edge of your material and bring it down like this. Wait a minute. Yes, okay. Now, this is lined up, and then you're going to see how this is. This is your liner. And you're going to bring the liner, the right side of your fabric, the other end of your fabric, the right side, and take your liner and lay it right side down, because you're just folding it up. I'm going to give you another view of this. Okay. Can everybody see that? I'm going to pin this and I'm going to pick it up and show you a closer look. Well, I'm having pins in reach. That's good enough. I'll pin it when I get over to my sewing machine. I just want you to be able to see this. Can you see what you're going to be dealing with? This is the front of your pouch. This is the liner. The liner goes this way. The front of your pouch goes this way. Right side's facing. Okay, right side's facing. And the zipper is facing the outside of your material. Just like we had it before, only it wasn't all attached like it is now. Okay, here we go. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. Same thing before. When I get this far, I'm going to take it, open it up, and these things don't move around on you too much once you've got one side sewn down. So I don't need actually to pin. I just need to stay with my 1/4 of an inch. Don't vary from that. This is getting so thick. I'm going to go forward just a little bit. Then I'm going to back up. And go back forward again. Take it out. See it's, whoa, that looks more like 1/8 of an inch. Well, as long as I'm consistent, doesn't matter. You don't want to wiggle, because then your zipper will be bulky. Okay, so I'm going to get this from under here and zip it up to where it's past the white line. when Josie comes home. She's alive. What? Okay, I'm overlapping where I stopped. Double checking. And here we go. Okay, I did do a little looping around there, but let's see what it looks like. Now on this zipper bag, you don't have to worry about making a place to pull it through. I think that's why I like this style. Okay. Are you seeing this? Okay, I'm turning this inside out, right side out. Okay, and my zipper bag, my liner. See how that worked out? The liner's in there. But what I have to do now, before I turn it out, I probably should have done this. I have to go over there and iron it the same way I iron this side. See the difference? And then after I do this, the next step is a top stitch, because you don't want that liner to buckle up like that and get caught in your zipper. You have to turn it back in right side out again. Inside out, inside out. Okay, I can deal with this. Boom, 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 honey, honey. You know, when you think about that song, The Grapevine, I know some of you probably didn't listen to rock and roll growing up, but I did. And anyway, that grapevine is a great example of what our relationship is to Yahusha. He is the vine. We are the branches. So we're supposed to be producing the fruit of the grapevine. And in order to produce fruit, you have to have the gift of the Spirit. Now, I'm not talking, speaking in tongues. That's not a requirement to have the Ruach. It's okay if that was a gift. But I'm not here to talk about that. I just want to talk about being immersed in the name of Yahusha. And then you can receive the Ruach HaKodesh. You just have to ask for Yahusha to give you his Spirit to come live inside of you. And that's where you get peace, love, joy, and it's proof that he is living in you. Well, okay, now I'm going to turn it back in right side out. Take it back to the machine and do the top stitching I said I was going to do. That top stitching is kind of like the commandments. It's going to teach that material where it's supposed to stay and hold on to it. When you learn the commandments, you're happy to hold on to them because it gives you a better way to live. A lot of people, like I, didn't have any guidance. I didn't know what was expected of me. I should have done at least one side before I put both sides of the zipper on. Okay. To top stitch, you want to just come just a little bit below where it's attached here, and that gives you the further down. If you come past this bulk, then it'll give it a kind of a defined look, or you could sew right across it, and it will serve the same purpose, but it won't have that, you know, it kind of gives it a little more finished look. Let's see what I could do if I can maneuver it that well. Oh, come on. I need my walking foot. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Ooh. I forgot I had something underneath it. I missed it totally. Okay, so I've sewn down this way. Okay, here's my strategy. I'm going to get this as open as I can. That's how I do it. Oh boy, it's nice to be able to access your knowledge, but it's all dependent upon Yahusha. He gives me everything I have. He gives me the words to say to teach you, and he gives me the gifts of the Spirit. And if I seem peaceful or joyful, or if I have love, if anyone has these, they should boast that they have the Ruach HaKodesh, because all good gifts come from above. All right, now you see that I managed to do it on this one. I should be able to do it on this other side. Boy, I'm glad I've learned how to edit. Now, I'm not looking at measure. I'm looking at this, and I want to get past that little bit of a bulge that I was talking to you about on this side of it, so it'll just give it a nice, neat look. I'm going to go forward a few paces and back up. And here we go. Oh, come on. It's encountering the zipper right there. Okay. Sometimes you just have to move past that stuff. That's what I need a walking foot for right here. I'm just going to have to, this'll do. Okay, here we go. Come on. It was so excited, I just wanted to really get done. Here we go, and we have success. I could turn it back outside and show you, but I think I'm just going to, what I'm going to do next, oh, I did go out of the way a little bit. I kind of messed up right there, but it's okay. We're going to close this. Time to quit playing with this poor thing. Let's close it up. Okay, you want to meet your corners. Meet your corners at your corners. Well, that's not going to fly. Okay, but I'm making sure my zipper is level. Now don't do it with your zipper closed. You gotta, in fact, that's not open enough. I couldn't get my hand in there, because you've got to turn this back side out, and the only way you have to turn it is through the zipper down. All right, so don't mess this up. Match up your zipper, match up your material. Okay, and let's give this baby a 1/4 inch seam, and we will be done. I promise you. Last step is turning it inside out. You better like and subscribe. Oh, I'll appreciate it when you do. And when I get to the end, I'm going to go back and forth. I didn't go back and forth up here. Oh, yes, I did, because I had to get past that hump. Okay. I'm going to show you one other thing that you could do, but I'm going to finish this first. Then you can stay on board and see how to box the corners if you want something a little fancier. No, I'll make that part of another video. That way, people who jumped off will be able to see it too. No, let me back up. I didn't have any trouble getting over it. Yeah, this is too thick. Okay. Voila! This down just a little bit. All right, now I have, the next time I do a zipper pouch, and I'm going to show you, where is my, okay, I'll use this. This will be good enough. I'm going to show you how to do the zipper much, much easier way. I was kind of stuck with, you can use your scissors to poke out the corners as long as you're careful not to cut it with the sharp side. See, I'm just trying to get that poked out, and I'm trying to get this poked out. Here we go. We're almost, oh, come on. But you got the basic idea. There we have a nice little zipper pouch. And okay. Well, I love you. I hope you enjoyed making this pouch with me, and we'll do this again real soon. Keep the commandments and be the bride. Hallelujah.